Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. All right, there's a case to be made, and I intend to make it today, and it's to assist the bright twinkle that's in you. So I know that sometimes everything I say, there's nothing off limits, there's nothing inappropriate, because the Spirit is the all, everything is included. So yoga is about utter well-being, and it's willing to inspire you if you choose to. I don't feel guilty about feeling better or making other people feel better, because I know that unless I'm connected to Spirit, I have very little to give other people. I continue to coax myself up the emotional scale, and I understand it's only through the clarity of my own example that I can affect other people. I challenge myself to try to take my own thoughts to where they've never been before, and I recognize that my mind is a focusing mechanism. I have the power to choose and let in what I want. It's hard to understand this when negative things happen in my life, but anything I'm experiencing, whether wanted or unwanted, in some way is connected to my vibration because of my attention to it. So I try to make the best of where I am now and at all times and achieve vibrational harmony with what I want. Most people achieve a vibrational harmony with what they don't want. And so I realize my vibration is my point of attraction, and that's where I'm going to draw my life from. I want to remind everybody this wonderful story called The Firebird. It's a Russian fairy tale, and it has to do with this powerful hunter who comes across a golden burning feather in the middle of the road. And he gets off his horse, which is a horse of power, and he studies it for a second, and he realizes this is a feather from the burning breast of the Firebird. And no one has a feather from the burning breast of the Firebird. So he thinks, let me bring it to the king, because this is a fit gift for the king. But his horse of power says, I wouldn't pick that up. If you pick it up, you're going to know sorrow. So he has to contemplate, do I need sorrow in my life? My horse is wise, but at the same time, to bring something to the king, it really represents something, because the king, you never know, can raise you in station, give you a reward, but also could cut your head off. So he picks up the feather, he takes it back to the king, and the king is thrilled because nobody has a feather from the Firebird. But what he does is says, give him gold, give him silver, raise him in station. But you know, a feather really isn't a good gift for a king. The whole Firebird, that would be a good gift for the king. In fact, I ask of you, no, I require it of you, no, I demand of you that you get me the Firebird. And if you don't get me the Firebird, the last thing you'll hear will be this sword separating your head from your shoulders. And so he goes out weeping and gnashing his teeth, and his horse says, so what's the problem? He says, well, the king said I got to get the whole Firebird. He's going to cut my head off. And the horse says, I told you so. But the trouble is not now. The trouble lies before you. And then he gives him the solution to help the king out. So I got to ask you before we go on to the rest of the story at another time, when was the time in your life that there was the golden feather burning in front of you and you had to make a choice about to pick it up or not pick it up? And if you did pick it up, how has your life changed as a result of that? And if you didn't pick it up, how has your life changed as a result of that? Do you know what that is? Well, if you find out, it's going to help you understand what your appetite is. And remember, in the middle of the word appetite is the P-E-T. It's from the old ptero, wing. So your appetite is how far you spread your wings, how far you open yourself up to the deep desires that you have inside yourself that make you fly with idealism. How do you spread it? And you know, you got to get a high enough altitude to spread your wings so you won't feel clipped. So that's the question I ask you today. Have you picked up the burning feather from the Firebird? What point in your life was it? Or if you didn't pick it up, what happened as a result of that? I hope you figure that question out. It's a real good one to help you get focused and understand what you're doing in your life. Because I'm here to encourage you and remind you that we all have great passions that need to break out, burning issues that we struggle over within ourselves, overcoming the inertia that prevents us from moving ahead. And so, if you don't have some kind of passion, your spirit withers. If you don't have any purpose, your soul dies. So pick up that feather. And I'd love to hear from some of you and let me know what was that for you. Have a great day.